Now welcome to the part of the show where Marathonbet, the benefactors of myself and Simon here on the podcast, give us a chance to win some money for charity. All we're required to do is to name the winner of 3 football matches from the Premier League, the Championship or whatever, and we will win the money. It's turning out to be a bit more difficult than we thought. Dan Taus from Marathonbet is here with us. Hi, Dan.
Hi, Dan. You okay?
We were very close last week.
Very close. Everton letting you down. That was the banker. Everton to beat Sheffield United. I can't remember which one of you two chose that.
Well, yeah.
Dan gets them right all the time.
Yes, as Simon likes to tell you, I'm on a real great run here. So no money for us this week. We are really once again relying on the charity, if you'll excuse the expression, of Marathonbet come the end of the season. Otherwise, these poor charities are going to go out of business. We've picked 3 more matches this weekend. Simon, where should we start?
Despite my endless assault upon Manchester United, I'm going to have my pick this week. I think somewhere along the line they're going to do something meaningful this season, despite the fact they have won a couple of games, and I think that they're going to beat Arsenal at Old Trafford.
Yeah, interesting Monday night fixture this week.
That is not the form result, is it?
No, it's not. I'm looking back through my stats, and I hope I'm right here. I don't think Arsenal have beaten Man United in the Premier League at Old Trafford since September 2006. So the record is going with Man United in that instance, and they are 13-10 to beat Arsenal at home on Monday night.
Okay, well, I've gone down to the Championship for my first bet, and this is an odd one because I think Bielsa is the best manager working in the Championship by a country mile, and I think Leeds will go up this year. But they're such a strange team. I mean, again, as we saw during the last weekend, where they bust out other people's coupons by conceding in the very, very last minute of 95th minute of their game. And there's something about Charlton. If they're going to survive, having been promoted against all the odds with them slightly nutty owner last season, they're going to have to win their games at home, aren't they? And so I'm going to go for Charlton to beat Leeds. Now, that must be quite a big price for a home team.
Yeah, you're right, it is. Charlton are 57-10, so over 5-1. And probably the reason for that is because Leeds haven't lost away yet this season.
No, they haven't, but Leeds have shown over the past several seasons, even under Bielsa, that they just come a spectacular cropper every now and then.
Yeah, especially when Derby turn up.
The extraordinary energy they put into their game sometimes just doesn't translate itself into a result. So this is a wild swing here to try and get a lot of money for charity. I'm going for Charlton to beat Leeds United.
Perfect. And your third and final selection?
Is it's the game between Aston Villa and West Ham, is it?
Aston Villa and Burnley.
Sorry, Aston Villa, and there's 2 claret shirts.
Yeah.
Simon and I have come together on this one.
So you can't blame Simon if it loses?
No, we're not. I wouldn't blame him anyway. But Aston Villa keep not quite getting themselves across the line, and Burnley are a much better team than they were last year. But for some reason, Simon, we've decided that Aston Villa are going to win this game.
I just like Aston Villa, and I love that centre forward they've got, John Wesley. I think he's a proper player. I think they were very unlucky against Arsenal.
Well, it'll be up against me and Ben Mee, not me and Tarkowski. That would be easy for him. Ben Mee and Tarkowski. And what are the odds on Villa winning that game?
Yeah, Villa 11-8 to beat Burnley at home. You're right what you said about Burnley. Now they haven't had the Europa League to worry about this season. They've actually started the season pretty well. They obviously beat Norwich 2-0 at the weekend, and Villa unfortunately went 3-2 down at Arsenal. But Villa need to start picking up some results because, surprisingly, Dean Smith's coming for a bit of stick with some of the Villa faithful on social media over the weekend. But Villa are 11-8. So if all your 3 selections win, Charlton to beat Leeds, Villa to beat Burnley, and Man United to finish it off on Monday night to beat Arsenal, will pay a nice cool over £700.
Wow, thank you very, very much indeed. That's Dan Taus from Marathonbet. This is one of the most enjoyable parts of the podcast, Simon, here with Marathonbet, where we have to consign some personality from football into our sin bin. Now, this week being a sin of lust, it's quite complicated because most people aren't committing lust. It'll have to be people, I guess, who are, whether they like it or not, are going to be put into the sin bin because we've lusted after them. I'll start, and I'm quite happy to say that over the years I've had several man crushes on footballers. Poor old Kevin Davis, when I told him to his face that, he wasn't best pleased. But currently at Spurs I've got 2. Obviously, when Harry Kane started to do what he did, and we all knew he was a better player than Emmanuel Adebayo before the manager realised it, I definitely have a man crush on him. But the odd one, and I think I'm going to put him into our sin bin because we're lacking defenders, for some reason, he doesn't get a game anymore. I really fell in love with Eric Dyer. Perhaps because he is such a limited player, but he turned himself into an regular England international. I also like, of course, his tackle on Sergio Ramos suggests to me that there is a side to Eric that you wouldn't want to cross. And so I'm going to put Eric Dyer, because of my lust for him,